Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. The purpose of thought forms are to control behavior. The purpose of thought forms are to control your behavior. And when you receive insight, insight is a thought form, but the difference between insights and other thought forms are that insights should be taking a person from a place of reliance on thought forms to control behavior to non-reliance on controlling behavior. That's the purpose of insight. That's the purpose of thought forms. I don't know. I wanted to tell you that. I have a talk prepared. So let's get into it. I'm out of my day-old coffee. The universe is two types of energy, folks, yin and yang. And that yin and yang energy in the expression of a human form is two things, love and discipline. If you look in the Bible, if you read the Bible, I won't get too much into it. I start explaining and I get all derailed. If you look in the Bible, God is metaphor for discipline and Jesus Christ is metaphor for love. If you look in psychological thought, you got the ego and you got the superego, right? So your ego is whatever feels good, whatever I want to do, like be happy, like love, please myself, like that's a big driving force in the human psyche. It's like what I want to do. Then there's a superego, and it's like I need to follow the rules. I need to do what I should do. I need to do what's right. I should do this and this and this and this and this. And that's another big part of our superego, right? We look into chakras. I'm going to get my model out. I'm going to show it to you in just a minute here. Now, on a side note, between the ego and the superego, interpersonal conflict comes from conflict between those two. And that's a big impetus that drives compulsive thinking and like compulsive thought forms. Just, I want to do it, but I should do this. I want to do it, but I should do this. I want to do it, but I should do this. That's a big driver for that. But if you look at the chakras, right? I got my boards. Okay, we got the mind chakras on this side and we got the body chakras on this side. They're the same chakras. It's the same energy. Let me adjust this camera here. It's the same. We got security, sensation, power, love, faith, concentration, insight. We got physical energy. It's your first energy, physical energy. Then you got your sexual energy, which belongs to the physical energy. You have your destructive energy, which is kind of like, I don't know, the power of the body. And you have the creative energy, which is love. And the mental energy, because the creative energy is the unification of the physical and the mental. Creative belongs to the mental, belongs to the physical. Mental is faith. Faith is a primary mechanism of the mental energy only. You have focused energy, concentrated energy, and then you have insights, or you are receiving the energy. Now we're going to look at each one of these, and we're going to look at how they play into your psychological makeup, your energetic makeup, right? It's all in here, guys. Let me think. See, I just have to make sure I'm covering everything. Woo! I'm freaking... I haven't had my energy drinks yet, today. So every 12 years, a person graduates predominantly from one chakra to the next, right? This is the life cycle model here, but it's also an in-the-moment model, with the exception of birth to age 12 or 24. I can't remember what I said. But if you look at security or the physical energy of the body as a child from birth to age 12, right? That is a big driver of your superego. Is discipline. This is discipline. This is the masculine energy of the universe, which is discipline. If you look at a rooster, take a rooster and a flock of chickens, right? That rooster, he is continually vigilant. He's continually on guard. He's continually, I left out meditation, that's my thing. He's continually on alert for any threat to his chickens, right? This is the masculine energy. This is discipline. In Vipassana meditation, the two forms, the energies, the male and the female, the masculine and the feminine energy, are expressed in the terms of awareness and equanimity. That rooster is aware. There is never a moment when that rooster is letting his guard down. So this is telling us that awareness is masculine energy. It takes discipline to continually be alert, to continually be aware, to continually be on guard, like to be protecting, right? That's the male energy. And equanimity. Equanimity is meeting all things equally with love, allowing all things that come in to your experience, to your field, to your life, allowing them to be regarded as equal. It's nurturing, it's receiving, it's the feminine energy. It's, I see what's happening and I'm okay with it. It's love, right? That's a feminine energy. Awareness, equanimity. Discipline is masculine, love is feminine. That's God, that's Jesus Christ, this is awareness, this is equanimity, this is your superego, this is your ego, right? And I'm going to explain why it's your superego and why it's your ego. Doing whatever you want, loving yourself, that's ego development. Giving yourself whatever you want, unconditioned self-love or whatever they call it, that's ego. That's driven by your ego. Superego, I need to follow the rules. I need to be the best. I need to do what I want to do, or not what I want to do. I need to do what I'm supposed to do. That's superego. That's driven by your superego. And if you notice the lower chakras, they're driven by ego, right? But there's always a male within the female and a female within the male. So security, sensation, power, that's the body chakras. That's driven primarily by love and ego. And then it is actualized in the center, the transition period, in love, the feminine energy, when it's at its apex. And then it transitions into love, of faith, concentration, and insight. That's hard freaking work right there. That's where it transitions into the masculine energy, the super egoic energy in the later part of your life. That's why old people go to church. Young people don't want to go to church. Old people go to church, right? Because that's the life cycle model on the energetic level. But if you look at each and every one of these, you can see how they develop, the psychological makeup of superego and ego, and how it's the yin within the yang and the yang within the yin. Look, security. Okay, thanks guys for getting through that with me. Security. When you're a baby from birth to age 12, your security is dependent on the self-discipline of your caregivers. You can't provide your own security. You're freaking helpless. You're a child, right? So that's superegoic development. That's superegoic development. We can take it in circles if we want, because the child isn't doing anything. They're perceiving, they're receiving. So they're in a state of feminine energy, but it's developed. The security of a person is developed by the self-discipline in the caregivers, right? So that's the yang within the yin, okay? And that's the first primary driver of the superegoic force that gets developed within us. Then we get into the field of sensation from ages 12 to 24, the sexual energy, right? This is when sexual maturation happens, right? This is when we start to learn about all the things we like, we start to form our identities, we start to experience love, we start to experience fun, we take risks. Teenagers are all about sensations. This is egoic development. This is egoic development. This is driving the predominant force in our minds and in our psychological makeup that wants us to be pleased with ourselves, pleasing ourselves, at peace with ourselves, right? Super egoic energy wants us to be better, on alert, on guard, be improving, be changing. Ego development wants to be at peace, wants to just rest, wants to just be cool. I'm good, right? So this is sensation, power. When we get into power age 12 to 24, when we are in our destructive force means that on the energetic level, this is this destructive energy, is the accumulation of power. Even though the accumulation of power is not necessarily a destructive thing, it's the destructive energy within us. It means I'm going to go out and I'm going to eliminate all of the threats that are hindering me from achieving whatever it is I need to be powerful, right? So it's that energy, it's that destructive energy. When it's out of balance, it's chaos, it's fighting, it's whatever, right? So too much yang energy, too much male energy, too much discipline, too much awareness, right? That's chaos. That creates chaos, right? Without the love, it's chaos. Too much love without discipline, too much equanimity, too much Jesus without discipline is rot, okay? That's how the energy imbalances work. But what I'm saying is, when we get into this power level, we're back into super egoic development, because we're being disciplined. We're going to college. We're doing our work. We're finding our wife. I mean, it's hard to find a wife or a husband, you know? I mean, you're making your kids, you're getting your kids, that's the stage of the life. You're in super egoic development. You need to follow the rules. You need to be with it. This is the flow of the life. See, I'm giving you these thought forms as a tool, if you want it, if you need it, if you find it interesting, to control your behavior, to make your behavior, your life more in line with the flow of the life, right? And then we get from, we got our family, we got our jobs, we got our careers all set up, we got our house. That all takes hard work, discipline. You got to work, make money. We get into the ages of 36, the next 12 years to 48. This is the chakra of love. This is the peak middle life, 36 to 48. That's the beginning of middle life. This is love. You've gotten yourself all squared away. You're taking care. You got kids. Maybe you made it through your marital, the first 3 years of your marital turmoil or whatever. You're in love, right? This is back to the ego development, right? This is back in the feminine energy of life, right? You can just enjoy the fruits of your labor. And you know what? Since I'm only 36, beyond this point, I cannot speak about these other points in terms of the flow of the life, like from ages 36 on, because I am 36, so I can only speak up to this point. But we can imagine that once you get 48 to 60, it's going to switch back into superegoic development. We can see that faith is discipline. Faith is believing in things that are not seen, believing in things that are hoped for and not seen. Faith as a mechanism. Faith as a mechanism helps people control their behaviors, right? Like something happens in the life, I have no control over it. I've established faith or a thought form rooted in the energetic mechanism of faith that allows me to be at peace or come to terms with whatever has happened in my life. It's a mechanism that allows me or a person to accept the reality as it is, right? Not as I want it to be. And in order to access faith in the present moment, one must master each one of these chakras, these energy centers, and these functions. Now, the thing about concentration and insight, because as we've seen, each 12 years is kind of like transitioning back and forth between energies, right? There's really no balance of the energies. It's like, this is feminine, that's masculine. This stage is feminine, that stage is masculine. So why are we looking at concentration and insight? Well, concentration and insight, focused energy and receiving energy. Ken Keyes, this model was adapted from Ken Keyes' Handbook of Higher Consciousness. And I changed some of the terms. Faith was changed from cornucopia. His term for this chakra was called cornucopia. And this term was cosmic consciousness. Now, I like cosmic consciousness actually better, but I just put insight because I think it's easier to understand. It's receiving of information. But cosmic consciousness suggests that you're receiving information from the cosmos, from somewhere else, not like your own. So that's a really good one. But concentration and insight are a perfect balance of both energies, right? So 12 to 24, 24 to 36, 36 to 48, 48 to 60, 60 to 72, 60 to 84, the last 20 years of your life, right? This is the opportunity that we get to balance the energies in the life and come to terms with the life experience and die peacefully. Concentration, that is the masculine in its purest form, right? Awareness, like discipline, like God. Do like what I tell you to do. Exactly, right? Insight is the feminine in its purest form, right? It is equanimity. It's love. It is Jesus Christ. Everybody that came to Jesus Christ in the Bible that asked him for, he gave everybody anything they asked him. If you went up to Jesus Christ in the Bible and you asked him for something, he gave it to you. He gave it to you, right? That is representative of love, equanimity, the feminine energy of the universe, right? So this tells us two things up here. That's why they're connected. Superego plus egoic development, insight plus concentration together, that is the balancing act of the energies. That is the literal act that balances the energies. Otherwise, you're going to have too much rot or you're going to have too much chaos. That's how it works. Tipping back and forth between each stage of life. So in the moment, when we meditate, when we concentrate our energy with the intention of some specific thing, we will gain some specific thing. This is a lot. In the Bible, ask and it shall be received. This is meditation. You concentrate, you gain insight. I mean, this is psychotherapy. You go in, you focus on your problems, you gain resolution to your problems, right? This is the mechanism by which the energies are all balanced in life. Concentration and insight. And if we apply that model in the moment to the life cycle model, we see that over the course of 60 to 84, the last 20 years, are the opportunity for us to develop both of those things in our life, to balance the energies, balance the scales or whatever of our lives, and then pass on. So, I mean, anyways, this is kind of, I'll give you a close-up in case you didn't get it. I'll get my face out of it. But this is how it goes, folks. When I get there, I'll talk about it more with you. And I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm not all amped up as I normally am. I haven't had my 3 energy drinks. Till next time, Wow Willie is out.